Okay, go.
Okay, we have a very special model right now that has agreed to come in. And basically, when I can get someone to come in, I offer, she's not going to get charged for this. So all she has to do is pay for her product because I don't have the color that she's going to want. And so we need to go get it. But anyways, I want you to look at her hair, and I'm going to turn her slowly. If someone would come in with this color hair, I would have asked. I mean, this is the darkest. I've been doing hair for 54 years, and congratulations. This is the first time I've seen natural hair color this dark. This is called a blue-black. And you'll see certain spots in it, but at the scalp, I mean, she's definitely, got that reflection almost of silver, which states that that's the darkest shade of black. And what she wants, and this is what happens with clients. By the way, I'm hoping to get my book published this week. I sent it back to the publisher, but this, as detailed as I talk to you about hair cutting, when I cut hair, that's how detailed I am with color. It is definitely, I mean, her pigment, once I evaluate her, and I will, I mean, her hair color alone, the resistance level there alone on the resistance chart is 12. She is blue-black. That's the color. The tone is black. Instead of saying a secondary color, it's again a full-fledged color. The highlight, she's got some simple highlights here that were done in the past. This is what is fascinating. This was done a year ago. I have pulled out some of these little gray hairs that she had done, kind of very definitely platinum blonde. They have not gone back to yellow, which they should have. But because of her strength, her inner pigment strength, they held the color. This is what is fascinating to me. I can take this hair after a year, after 2 summers in Arizona, and there is absolutely, the resistance level says, no, you're not going to break me. So it is amazing when you see natural color this dark, because your resistance level are extreme. I don't usually like to show my client's face too much, but in looking at her eyes, you want to take her glasses off for just a sec so I can see?
Yeah, for sure.
Eye color. Okay, her eyes are a true red gold brown. The iris, around the iris, is blue-brown, almost blue-black as well. It's pretty dark. So the iris around, the ring around the iris, and she's got a good, strong, I mean, if I were to look at her eye color and put it on a level chart where we're saying, like a level chart, I would say she is certainly a level 5, which is almost full value. Now her skin color, she has freckles. We see that. She's cream. But there's a lot of rosiness about her. The freckles indicate strong red tones. What is the personality character of red? That states grabs, holds on. She's got the full value. I'm sure that red also in her system, once we do a complete evaluation, is going to say that red guards and protects. I would say that her yellow is going to also be extremely strong. So her hair color, skin color, I would say, now can I ask you a question? When you tan, you don't burn.
That's true.
You just go darker.
Yeah.
And you hold that color.
Yeah.
Yeah. So see, those are strong indications that state she's got resistance, she's got strength, she's going to hold that color. The biggest problem is color lift. Even if we were to lift only 2 levels, we'd probably have to use a high lift tint as opposed to a color that's, the product says will lift up to. Keep that in mind. Up to doesn't guarantee. But it says 2 levels. Well, do we want to take her to a 3? What if she just wants to be a lighter brown? We'd have to take it with a high lift tint, making sure that we're using an ash color. Because she is blue-brown, that says all of that needs to be broken down. We might add a little bit of N series to that ash. In other words, that's a warm violet. All neutral or N series colors are violet toned. So therefore, we'd add a little bit of that warmth, but either way, she would still, oh, my consultant is talking to me, okay. Anyways, so this is extremely resistant. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to subsection her off at the parietal line. And what we're going to do, I'm looking for a clip. I've got one right here. I'm going to section her off right here at the parietal line. Then I'm going to take a subsection, just a small subsection. I'm going to mix up some lightener, and this project's going to take all day. So we're going to be breaking off on and on. Later on when you come back, she's going to be all highlighted. I've already shown you, and I am going to apply from scalp to ends, because she is definitely, you know, it's going to take a while for this to come up. So I don't want to have to wait on the scalp to come up. Once I see that that's lighter and that the area away from the scalp is darker, then I'll only apply at the area away from the scalp, because the heat zone or the heat area at the scalp makes that lightener come up lighter. So this procedure is going to be slightly different than what I would normally do. So I'm going to mix up my lightener. I'm going to put it on this section here, and then we have to go up to the beauty supply and pick up the blue. Now this is one thing I want to talk to you about as well. Let me clip this over here. I'm going to clip it right to the side, because that's where I want to put my little swatch so that I can see how long. Set your timer. This project is going to be extreme. It's not just going to happen. I'm not going to use 40 volume. What I'll do with my lightener is I'm going to use 20 volume. Is it going to take time? Yes. But I want even though she's got good, strong hair, I want it to stay strong. So I'm going to dry her and then reapply. So people are probably saying, well, why don't you just use 40 volume? Okay, think about 4 fizzy tablets. We call them Alka-Seltzers in the past. It shows my age. But think about 4 fizzy tablets. Put 2 fizzy tablets in there. What do you see in the water? Put 4 fizzy tablets in there. What do you see happening with the water? It's going to overflow. That's the same type of damage that you're doing to the hair shaft. Even though her hair is strong, and my goodness, it took the last one and it's holding on just fine. But the point is, I still want her to have good, healthy hair. If she tangles, this is where she tangles. My hope is that because I keep the integrity of the hair, she won't tangle that much. Now I want to show you something. You see my shirt. She said, I want purple. Now this is something that clients do. And it's being able to speak the same language. I said, do you want this color purple? She said, well, no, I want it darker than that. And so then I said, well, how about this color purple? Now purple, right? This is purple. This is violet. This is what we see as purple. No, I want it darker than that. And what she came up with was then this color. Now is that purple or is that blue? So we're looking at a blue-violet color for her. Still combining, now keep in mind what happens when you mix. If we take her to yellow, I have to add violet to make it white, but I don't want it to go white. I want it to go violet. What do I need to leave in there? What choices do I need to make? What product do I need to go with? Because it's across the color wheel, and if you read my book, you'll see all of those formulas in there. So we're going to do this. I'm going to pop over to the store. We're going to close off for now. You won't notice the close off, but we'll be in and out. Yes, we are. That she wanted to make sure that I was doing this right. Anyway, so we want to, we're going to go to the beauty supply. She will choose the exact color that she wants. Your knowledge in color takes that client to the exact color that she wants. She has been informed that she could fade. Now, is she going to fade? That's very questionable on this one. She will probably hold color better than anybody else. The problem's going to be later on if she wants to go back then to her natural color and not be involved with that purple. The other problem is, what if she loves the purple? What about the regrowth? Is the regrowth going to grow out purple? No, it's going to grow out her natural color. All of these factors are involved in that. All of these situations are involved in that. But you've seen the blue colors fade, you've seen the purple colors fade. She's likely going to be one of those that it's not going to fade, it's going to hold. The biggest problem is it may fade slightly in tone, just basically because of the weather. But as you can see, even with her natural color, she doesn't fade. She's holding. So she's got some extreme, incredible strength in this hair. This is the type of hair you love to work with, all right? So we're gonna go ahead and close off. I'm gonna put that lightener on there. I gotta check the time. When we come back, she's gonna be lightened all over. So this is gonna be a project. I'll give you the information on what we did. I showed you on my videos how to apply. So I'm not going to go back and refresh on that. You don't have to watch me apply. That becomes redundant. We just keep talking. What I want to give you with this video is extreme information about what happens with this blue-black color and when they want to go there. But we're also going to talk about how light do we take her. So we may have to do a couple of strand tests to see, you know, may have to put some of that violet back here and see, did she take to where we wanted? So this is what you would call, in the medical field, intricate, extreme surgery. In our area, we're not just going to slap it together. We're going to do it right, and I'm going to show you how. See you in a little bit.
Go.
Okay, so we broke away for a little bit, told you we needed to go pick up the product. This is amazing to me. I had predicted as we were coming in, because of her blue-brown hair, that she would be a gold brown right now, but yet we see that she has literally, but the thing is, do you notice that, and get a real close-up, cameraman, if you can, do you notice the ash within it? It's not a bright yellow. This tells you about the blue pigment. However, it's amazing. I did use a blue lightener, as you can see, because blue removes gold, also combines with, to, you know, they call it cancel and neutralize. I don't, I call it create. So we chose a blue lightener for that, so that we didn't have gold. And what is amazing to me, all we did was go to the beauty supply. We left the foil in. Took us about, I want to say 30-40 minutes to go over there, choose the color we wanted as far as what we're going to take her to, and then came back. No heat under the dryer. Totally amazed at this. I really didn't expect it to lift so nice. Now, I want you to see she's still just as strong and resistant as her natural color is. There is absolutely no breakage in this. And normally when you take someone to this color, there's no elasticity, so that means she is strong. In other words, it's not pulling out. And now that doesn't mean, that's not a bad thing that she doesn't have elasticity. The book states that hair will stretch up to 50% its length. I have never seen that to be true, but I don't know where they get their facts from. But, you know, it's stretching just a little bit, and you can see it coming back, but still no breakage whatsoever. With this level of color, normally that's what we see. We see breakage. So what I'm going to do now, this is my test trend. This told me, boom, she picks right up. We're not going to have a problem with her. I'm just going to bag her. There's no reason for under the dryer. We'll just have to make sure that we apply uniformly and evenly so we don't have any gold underneath. So my subsections are going to be very, very thin, as this one is. We're going to apply from the scalp to the ends. And again, look at how even that turned out. Even with her, she's got like, she didn't go darker. I mean, it was previously colored, but she didn't go darker. She went lighter. So that's not a factor. This is all pretty much her natural color. So we want to show you this. I've already shown you, you know, it'd be redundant for me to stand here talking while I'm trying to apply. So we'll come back, show you the application of the color, and then again, when we take it off, and then apply the color. So what's amazing to me on this, I expect it to take all day. It doesn't appear it's going to. Again, using the correct colors. Blue lightener gets rid of gold. What's the first color to leave? The blue black is going to be the blue that's going to be the first color to leave. After that, we have red and yellow. Well, look at what it did. It got rid of the gold and took it right up to yellow. Do you see why the three primary colors are yellow, red, and blue? Not different. All right, it is not red, yellow, and blue. It is yellow, red, and blue. That's what it comes up to. So we'll be back, hopefully have it all done and ready to apply the semi-permanent color for her. Thank you.
Go.
Okay, students, so you can see we're now applying, only because I forgot to call my cameraman. We got to talking, and she's reading some of my little books that I've written. She's a school teacher, so I'm so fortunate to have her volunteering for this, and plus she's helping me with some of my short stories that I wrote. But anyways, you can see how warm she still is. Remember, she wants to go violet. How do you make violet? Well, blue and gold still make brown. Violet and yellow make brown. What we did, we decided, we did a test strand and it came out pretty strong about the way she wanted it. So we decided to go ahead and apply the color, because we need her red pigment to hold this color in. What's the personality character of red? Grabs and holds on. So we want this. I mean, I don't really feel like she'll fade because of the quality of her hair, but I'm using a semi-permanent color. I know you're thinking, what color is she using? Well, all I can tell you is I went to one of the beauty supplies that we all go to, even independent people that are not stylists go there. I'm sure you know which one that is. And picked up the color there. It was a semi-permanent color. It's in a bottle, like a squeeze bottle. But it said to take her to a pale yellow. And again, I want some strength in there. But you can see that she's really coming out. I mean, it's already doing the purple thing on her. It's a nice cream texture to it. I'm making sure to run it all through her hair so that it holds well. We started in the back because the back, especially the back nape, is more resistant. But look at how much gold was left. You can see it closer to the scalp because of the heat of the scalp that she took, you know, much lighter. But because we're away from the heat of the scalp, now on the swatch, remember, we put it in a foil, we wrapped it up, it was all contained in one spot, we put the hair over it, the heat of the scalp was working on that. So that's why we were able to get that color all the way down to the ends, that lighter color. With this, we're just putting it on all over. We're working it in, making sure that it goes in all the way down to the ends and that we're covering all of that hair. Your subsections could be smaller, but just get your hands into it and mold that color into the hair. So yeah, this is still, I would say this is about a level 8, maybe 9 at the scalp. But the biggest thing, you can see the warmth. The reason for the warmth is because of her blue-black natural colored hair. A lot of good, solid pigment strength in there. So we're going to go ahead and finish this once we apply it all over. And again, just remember, you see me molding it, just kind of doing it like I'm playing with dough, to make sure that I get it in to each and every strand. And again, taking, you know, not too big a section, about medium-sized sections, I guess, but just making sure that it's all covered. And going through, brushing it in, and then again, molding it, making sure that I get down to the scalp. And when I'm totally finished, I'm going to treat it like I'm shampooing it. I'm just going to go in and start scrunching it like this to make sure that I have it all over. So we'll be back when we've dried it, and you'll see the results. Well, we're not going to dry it because I do want to give her a little bit of a haircut. I noticed something on her bob haircut that we talk about. So I will be showing you what that is as soon as we come back to give her a little bit of a trim. We're not going to take off initial length. It's just cleaning up a little spot that we talk about, and then blow dry it and let you see the finished result. All right, so you can see that this is definitely now looking darker. It's looking very purple, and it will get dark. So I mixed up a true violet, and it looked almost blue. It was so violet in the bottle. And one that is like a red violet. So the combination of both, plus the red within her own hair structure, and the addition of blue in both areas, is going to give her a nice dark, rich hair color tone, and still her hair is going to be healthy. All right, see you in a little bit. Have it finished, and we'll be talking some more. Guys, I'm hoping that you can see it. The lighting, I mean, it's late now, it's late into the day, but can you see that rich purple in there? Can you see that rich color? The thing that's cool about this, and why it does it, we don't know, because we lifted her up. You saw what color she was when we lifted it up. There was a lot of warmth in there, but she's got some finer little streaks in there, which that's fine because it gives it a nice radiance as well. But you can see that rich purple color. I know in the sunshine it's dark outside right now, so we really can't look at it, but you can see some of it here where it just kind of, for whatever reason, it just didn't pick it up as well. Sometimes it's the client, sometimes it's the hair, sometimes it's our application. As careful as I was to apply, but look at all those rich purple lines in there that we still see. We can see that nice thick purple in there that she wanted. What we do like about those little lines coming in is it gives it character, it gives it dimension. Some of the things that we talked about with her, you'll notice that she's got a very small, thin forehead in this area here. She's wide, but she's got, like I said, enough hair for 36 people. So what we did was we took her bangs right at the upper ridge and we pie shaped it, then brought that forward. And you see that. We used that as a volumizing agent. We used our texture shear and cut it so that it went back, so that it created a volume. But then in the midst of that as well, we took her, let me see it here, here's one. We took her tiny bangs, and I'm going to show you, she doesn't need a lot of bangs. She just needs a hint of a bang. And you see how we just brought those forward with a little bit of blow drying. We texturized her side so that it goes back a little bit, but she's got a real nice visual on that. She's got a small face, and we've already talked about certain things that she can do, but one thing I want to show you is her last haircut. And if you shift your head down, okay, cameraman, if you can get these little hairs coming down right here, you can see one of the, sometimes what people do when they're doing this slight A-line is they keep the head straight up, and you shouldn't. You need to, at least on that first cut along the nape, tilt the head down, because that's always going to show. It looks like, oops, I forgot to take that off, and it's not necessarily going to give it that nice layered volume, because this is pretty much all one length as you can see it. So we need to take at least about a ½ inch off of that. So I'm going to turn her around and just cut it from this area to this area. Now before I do that, I want to take another picture of it because I did show it to her. So I want to take another picture of it, and so that she can see what I'm doing. I showed her this already, but it's a little more extreme now that I've combed it down a bit. So I'm going to take another picture of it with my cell phone so she can see it. And then I'll take another picture of it afterwards. So all I'm going to do is just go straight across. So I'm going to turn her around here, keeping her head down and taking that off so that it's clean and across. All right, So I've done half of it to show you. Now see how much cleaner that is, all the way across, as opposed to having it down. Now when she wears her hair down, that is not going to stick up. Now she's got a definite growth pattern in the back here. We're going to clean that up, but you can see that that just looks cleaner, looks nicer, and lays better. So I'm going to take the other half off here. Again, just cutting it straight across, just to match up with the rest of the length. And this is, some people would call this undercutting if they go in and take it shorter. But if you go in and take it shorter in the first place, look at how much nicer that is. So the color, I mean, I hope that you can see it, that it looks like we took her back to her natural, but we've got that violet in there. And I know when she gets out in that sunshine, this is going to burst purple. The lights in here are blue, so, you know, we've got those luminescent lights. So they're going to put more blue into it, make it look darker. But basically, it's been a day project. So know that you can use the client's hair. Now on the semi-permanent color that we used, and it was just straight out of the bottle. No developer in it, nothing, just semi-permanent color. The thing about it is, when we put it in, you notice that warmth that she still had. She had a loud yellow, almost a little bit of an orangey color in there. That was all natural hair color. But in order to create violet, what do you mix? Red and blue. Okay, we needed that red pigment in there because we want this to hold. Even these lighter colors, what we're looking at, and I'll be asking her later on, did that hold? Did that stay? Did that fade? Because even though it's a little bit lighter and you see those streaks in there, because of her own natural red pigment, reality says it's going to hold. We were surprised about the one swatch that we did, but keep in mind that swatch was also folded. We put hair over it, so therefore it took all the warmth in that one small section. When we put the lightener all over, where was her warmest part? At the scalp. So the hair on the ends didn't have that natural heat. So yeah, we put her under the dryer, but still, that pigment is strong enough that it held on to that little bit of a gold color to it. We went ahead and used it, and I wish I could see this in the sunlight because I know it's going to pop that beautiful blue-violet color. So she's got a great color, natural color on her own, and absolutely gorgeous look. Thank you guys. Hope you got something out of this. Remember, you don't always have to take it up, but it's what you know about color to create color. God bless. See you again.